In just a second. I'm gonna go live here. Hey guys, we are down here at Legacy Salmon Creek in Vancouver, Washington, where a patient is being held against her will because she will not COVID test. If you could get this message out, please. We're in Vancouver, Washington. We need all hands on deck and people to come down here. We have a patient being held against her will and because she will not COVID test. So I'll wait for some more people to come on and then I'll give an update of what's going on here. So I just went live, thank you. I just went live off Ammon Bundy's YouTube channel. If you can share it. It's YouTube and then Ammon Bundy.
Got it.
It's where we'll be live for the night. Okay guys, so I'm gonna let this build for a minute. Can you guys please get this shared on social media? We're being blocked everywhere, including our text service, the phone providers we think have gotten together and stopped the text service from going out. We need you guys to please share this on social media, get the message out there. The police are on their way. We have called the sheriff multiple times asking for help and he would not respond and come and help us until the hospital called, and now the police are on their way. We are in Clark County, Washington at Legacy Salmon Creek. We need everybody to get down here. Legacy Salmon Creek Hospital at the emergency room. One of our local Area 4 women, Satin, admitted her mom here last night because she was feeling dizzy and she had low blood pressure. She has a brain tumor, so her mom lives with Satin, and Satin has power of attorney, and she is also her licensed care provider, and she has medical power of attorney. So her mom was admitted here last night at Salmon Creek, and they said she had a UTI, and they were going to give her fluids and keep her overnight. Satin came back today to see her mom, who has no symptoms or signs of COVID or anything else. She just has a UTI and she had low blood pressure last night, which is normal for her, but because of her UTI, she needed to be admitted for fluids. So she's been in here 24 hours now, and Satin came to see her and they said that she cannot see her because she's refusing to take a COVID test. Her mom wants to be discharged and the hospital is not letting her leave. They've now put her on oxygen, and they said that they have not even tested to see if she needs oxygen. It's just something that's common they do when somebody's on fluids. I'm sorry, I've had 4 babies, never was put on oxygen because I needed fluids, okay? So the mother, the daughter is here, Satin, to take her mother out of the hospital, and the hospital has locked all of their doors. They're refusing to let the mother leave. They're refusing to let her advocate, which is her daughter, go in and be with her. Again, the mother has a UTI. She is 74 years old. Her name is Gail Meyer. If you can call Salmon Creek Legacy and please, please, please tell them to discharge Gail Meyer, M-A-Y-E-R. She needs to be released immediately. They're not letting her be discharged. She wants to be discharged and they are refusing to let her be discharged. And now the police are on their way and we are being blocked from all ways of sending out this call to action. So if you can get down here, please. It's been very, very heated at moments. We need this woman to be discharged. She's being held against her will for a UTI. And they have now placed her on oxygen. And she does not need to be on oxygen. She was admitted because she had a UTI last night and they put her on fluids. She's 74 years old and she wants to go home, and they will not let her go home. And they are quarantining her because she will not test for COVID. So they will not let her daughter, who is her power of attorney, they will not let her go in and be with her. So I'm going to turn this around again. We're here at Legacy Salmon Creek in the emergency room. Here we are at the emergency room. We've got about 20 people here with us. And we want Gail to be discharged immediately. They will not let her daughter, this is her daughter here, Satin. She's been a part of our People's Rights Area 4 meetings for the last year. She's on the phone with nurses. They will not let Satin go and see her mother. And they will not let, hey woman.
Hello.
They will not let her be discharged. They are refusing. You want more people? We're coming. So anyway, they have the facility locked down. They've got security now at every entrance. They are refusing to let this woman fill out discharge papers for her mother. She has been at this for hours now. We've called the sheriff asking for help in Clark County and not gotten any help there, but now they've called the sheriff, so now all of a sudden the sheriff is going to come. So again, we're down here with a good group of people, but if you can put the call out and please get more people to show up. Gail needs to be released, Gail Meyer. And at this time, the 80123 number is not letting us send out any text messages, so don't know what's going on, but it seems like potentially maybe the phone providers have gotten together and stopped allowing the text to be sent out, so we can't do a call to action that way. So if you can please share this on social media, especially anybody in the Washington area. We're at Legacy Salmon Creek in Vancouver, Washington. And we are trying to get a patient discharge that they're holding against her will because she will not take a COVID test. She was admitted last night with a UTI. That is all she has. She was given fluids and told to stay for the night and take an antibiotic and she could go home. And now because she has refused to test, they are holding her against her will, and they are not letting her daughter, who is her medical power of attorney, they will not let her daughter see her. This mother has a brain tumor from about 20 years ago that she had removed, but not all of it was removed, so she gets a little spacey and forgetful. And she is being held inside this hospital against her will because she will not take a COVID test. And her daughter is not being allowed to come. We're in Vancouver, Washington. If you guys can please get this message out there and get people to show up and make sure that we're able to see justice today, which would be somebody being able to leave the hospital if they want to leave the hospital and not being held against their will because they will not take a COVID test. This is disgusting, America. This is so wicked. And so we need people down here. Please send a message out if you can. Send it out on Facebook. We're at Legacy Salmon Creek, Vancouver, Washington. We need all hands on deck to get Satin's mother discharged, who they are holding against her will. She has no signs of any illness or sickness. She was feeling faint and dizzy last night, and she called 911. Satin called 911, and they said that she was needing fluids and that she had a UTI. And that's it. And now she is being held here against her will. So the sheriffs are here. This is insane, you guys. She came here for help last night. No, the sheriff's here. There's a couple. One, they'll probably go around the back first to talk to the hospital. Yeah, even though we're the ones who called. No.
Or knowing anything.
No. Come on. Stand back from the doors, guys. Okay, stay in here, guys, so they don't. No. We need medical discharge papers. That's all we need. Okay. Okay.
So she doesn't get a voice. She has the power of attorney.
She has a brain. She has a brain tumor.
The goal is to take the type of
They're going to be very clear, okay?
She needs to go through her mother.
Yeah, the sheriff.
I'll go and film you guys. We used to, well, the rest of you, look at this. Holy cow, are you freaking kidding me? Look at this show of force. Why is the sheriff in there with them? Why are they all in there with them when we called them?
They're not represented.
Can somebody... We called the sheriff and they're standing in there.
We called you.
This is insane.
Twice.
We called you.
We called you twice.
30,
And
40
you
minutes
guys
ago.
didn't come for us.
No, they're in there now showing what side they're on.
Power of attorney.
The This is insane.
Unbelievable! Shame on you. You won't even stand for the people.
We're at Legacy Salmon Creek, Vancouver, Washington. The sheriff, we called and the sheriff said to me that they would not respond. They would not respond. And then the hospital called, so now they came. And I was on the phone with the dispatch and I said, we need a deputy here right away. They will not let this person leave. They said, I'm sorry, the sergeant from Clark County Sheriff's Department, the sergeant said we are not responding. And then she said, I'm sorry, wait, hold on a minute. Okay, it sounds like the hospital is now calling. We will be sending people out there.
Oh, you kidding?
Because all they are is the hired security guards for the establishment. That's what they are.
They're not following their constitutional.
No, they're not.
Obligations at all. We are at Legacy and Salmon Creek, you guys. We need people down here. We need a patient is being held against her will because she did not take a COVID test. And then they turned and said, well, we tested her anyway, and now she has to be here 24 hours till we have the results. And then they told the daughter a little bit ago, no, we didn't test her. We're quarantining her because she wouldn't test. So they're going back and forth on whether or not she was tested. They won't say she came here for a UTI. She is not needing any medical help. They put her on fluids for her UTI. And the mother wants to go home. She's 74 years old and she wants to go home. And they said it's not her choice, it's up to the doctor. And the doctor is not letting her go home until she either tests or has a negative COVID test. This is insane, you guys.
This is really insane.
This is totally freaking wicked.
We need to wake up, people.
This is awful.
We need people down here, please. Legacy Salmon Creek is where we are.
We're already slowly being. We just want discharge papers. Are you getting us discharge, her mother discharge papers?
Okay, we need more people down here, guys.
Yeah, we need more people.
This is not, we're not leaving here without Gail. We're not leaving without
Not
Gail.
leaving her without Gail.
We're not leaving without our mother. Don't even think about it. We're not leaving without our patient. Please get this shared, you guys, around on social media and in the Telegram platforms. Please, I'm not online right now. Can you get this shared in People's Rights Washington on Telegram? Somebody, so that our people know the text system has been restricted and the phone companies are not letting us send out our texts. I need you, somebody, to get this to People's Rights Washington in Telegram. Please.
Yes, she did have low blood pressure. It is an alcohol. So she does have low blood pressure, which causes fatigue.
So,
And then they put her on oxygen,
which she does not need oxygen.
but she does not need oxygen. She doesn't have to
She's never been on oxygen before and they put her on oxygen.
Hospital in Vancouver. We called the sheriff because
This is insane.
Gail's daughter, who's power of attorney, and her caregiver.
Power of
wanted,
attorney is trying to release her mother and they're saying without a negative COVID test, she cannot go see her or release her. Legacy Salmon Creek, Vancouver, Washington. Please, somebody go to People's Rights Washington on Telegram. We've got a patient being held against her will because she doesn't have a negative COVID test. They will not release her. She was admitted last night with a UTI. Power of attorney is here. She's 74 years old. Her power of attorney is here and they will not let the daughter take her mother home. Cops everywhere. The sheriff is not responding for us, but they'll stand in there and respond for the hospital. Please, everybody call Legacy Salmon Creek. Please call the numbers and whatever number you find and say you need to release Gail Meyer. Release Gail Meyer, please, right now. Legacy Salmon Creek, Vancouver, Washington. Just Google it, guys. It'll just take a second. Somebody does, or maybe I have it in my pocket. I think I have it. No? I think I gave it to Satin. No? Wait, here's another phone. There we go. Oh, it's still recording. Woo! Sorry, that was long.
Yeah, the police officer, because I wouldn't give her my last name, he told me he didn't want to talk to me.
Oh, you have to identify yourself just to talk to a police officer now? I don't have the number. Do you have it?
Yes.
360. Somebody type this in. 487 1000. Legacy Salmon Creek.
Legacy Hospital, the number is 360-487-1000. Let them know that
Look at them all standing there guarding the hospital, guarding the private establishment, right? Because that's what this is. It's just we're not leaving without Gail, you guys. We're not leaving without her. You need to discharge the patient who wants to go home. We're not leaving without Gail. So if you guys can start commenting, I can't see comments in here on my phone. And comment the phone number here to Legacy Salmon Creek, Vancouver, Washington. And we need more people here. I don't know, we're up to maybe 50 people here, but we need more. They're not releasing a patient because she doesn't have a negative COVID test. She was admitted last night with a UTI. The daughter came back today to get her, and they said that, where is Satin? You guys stay inside there. They said that she couldn't come see her mom today because she tested for COVID and she didn't have the results back, but she was not supposed to be tested.
I know, I'm sad that I've had to stand out here for the last hour. We got Sheriff Ogby and Sheriff Shem.
What are your guys' badge numbers?
You've got my name.
I know badge numbers are easier too, though, to remember. What is it? I know, but you're supposed to release your badge number. That's what gets. Okay, sorry. Oh, no. Can you give me your badge number, please?
You're supposed to give us your badge number, sir.
And I've already got a prescription coming from her other doctor tonight.
We just have to go pick it up. I can go pick it up.
And so they're not even, her other doctor wasn't even calling me to ask me any questions. I mean, just think of it's your mom, you know what I mean?
I'm trying to, so I think it's just a problem, and now I have to figure it out. I don't know who the mom is,
She just came to visit.
Well, I called last night because she ended up on the floor. She slid off the bed. And I had to gently let her down. I couldn't get her up. She's a little dehydrated and dizzy from the extremely low blood pressure. And
She did.
She was a little dehydrated, and it's from the UTI. Her first UTI ever. And it makes, the nurse even said last night, she was real loopy last night, and she was very confused.
Well, she always is from the brain tumor.
Talking to me clear. She wasn't answering my questions clearly. So that's why she came in.
Did you bring her, or was she transported by MR?
She called 911. They live together. She just came today to visit is all.
I just came to visit to bring her a clean nightgown. They said I can have one, she can have one visitor, and it has to be the same. I was here till 4 last night. And then I go in the front door, and she said that she couldn't have any visitors.
She was quarantining for 24 hours. Right, but she wouldn't have admitted her if she thought she couldn't be here and be her advocate, especially with how.
She said she could visit the
And I
next
was
day.
just here. That doesn't make sense.
So the doctor told me that they were concerned about her mental health because of when she was brought in, she wasn't lucid, right? We brought her in as a part of the decisions, those things. So I don't know what her, they didn't really see what her infection or what the problem is with her. However, the medication is allowed to help with whatever infection.
Does that mean she has lost her power of attorney?
I don't know. It sounds like the police are the power of attorney now.
So, I think they're making the ruling.
We believe not all she answered all those questions just fine. Full conversation. And then I asked her if she knew why she was here. She said she doesn't really know why she's here because she was loopy, but we called 911 and she's not answering. So then I asked her
Hang on, guys.
if she wanted to stay. She said she wants to stay until they're done giving her whatever medication to help her. So, all of those things being said, as a police officer, I can't say that she doesn't know what's going on.
She is her power of attorney. You
We didn't
can't
say
speak to her
crime
without
other
the.
than they're
Hang
not
on.
releasing the mother.
It's medical kidnapping at this point.
Just have her send her in with her, and we all leave. That's it. Like, let us go home.
She doesn't remember.
I met Gail in May.
And she's, I go, Mom, I already got a clear doctor. I got an appointment made. I got a prescription ready for me to pick up. We're good to go. She said, okay, I want to go home with my daughter to the nurse. And I have So she's like, they just are
They
not
won't. They said they're not
what's being
the
done.
jurisdiction or whatever. He's on the phone right now. He's been talking to him.
Dr. Tran is not listening.
The doctor in here at the hospital. She has a brain tumor and it was only partially removed, so that's part of why she gets loopy. So she lives with her. She is her licensed care provider.
In charge of her medical decisions till 4 o'clock in the morning.
She shouldn't be talking to police or anybody else without her there as her advocate.
Gail interrogated somebody
Hang on.
that is well known to be needing somebody's help.
And nobody was even calling me and asking
No,
me
we
any
called you. No, we called you 3 times and asked for you guys to come.
Constitutional rights, and you shouldn't have had to do anything except for represent us, escort her to her mother.
She needs to go
and
to her
get
mom.
paperwork and let's go. That's what you should have done.
She needs to go be with her mom.
That's what you guys should have done, and I respect the sheriff's
I'm about
office.
to lose it.
And we,
Okay.
I do, for many years. I'm a Clark County native here.
Who
and I
is?
respect
The
you guys, but
nurse?
I'm telling you.
She's hanging up on
Dr. Trent is
on
hanging up on Dr. Scott.
on Dr. Oh my gosh.
So her
We think
primary
maybe
doctor-
something happened, and we need to know what, and we think we caught it.
She
and
can't be
they're-
in there
they're holding
alone.
it against us.
It doesn't matter. She shouldn't be in there alone. She needs to have her advocate who she lives with to
Just
sit
need to
there.
discharge my mother. That's all they need to do. They're medical kidnapping. They're holding her.
Yes, they are.
I'm
This
her
is
durable
not,
help.
you guys, we need everybody on deck. Legacy Salmon Creek, get down here. Vancouver, Washington. They're not releasing her.
She has a brain tumor growing in her brainstem. She has short-term memory loss.
We need people here, guys.
Standing with us. I mean, you don't have to say anything.
This is why you don't call 911, you guys. Lesson here and advice. Why you don't call 911. I'm gonna come back over here because I'm getting really frustrated. We need people here, guys. All hands on deck. Legacy Salmon Creek, Vancouver, Washington. So the police went and talked to Gail without her, and they said, do you want to stay? And she said, well, if they say that I need to stay, I do, but if I don't, then I don't. Why are they talking to her without her advocate? She has a brain tumor. Why are they, like, just send the daughter up there. This is stupid. Send the daughter up there. This is insane. Be careful in there. They kidnap people. Watch out. Be safe. Yeah, they laugh. It's funny to them. They love standing there looking like a freaking gangbanger mob.
And the sheriff shouldn't even, they're not
Look at all this. Look at all these doctors and nurses watching you guys. This is disgusting because, so they're quarantining Gail because she doesn't have a negative COVID test. She only came in last night with a stupid UTI, and now they won't let her leave. They won't let her power of attorney, her daughter. I'm so floored, you guys. I'm so floored. They will not let Gail leave.
Unbelievable.
Her daughter came to be with her today because she has a brain tumor and she can't be in the hospital alone. She doesn't even half the time know if she has to use the bathroom or not. And they would not let her daughter go see her because they said she needed to be quarantined because she didn't have a negative COVID test. Then they told her that they tested her and she had to be quarantined until the results came back. And then they told her, no, we didn't test her. She just has to be quarantined because she won't test. And all the while, the police go up and spend time with her and ask her questions. The doctors are talking to her, and they will not let They will not let the daughter, who is the
You guys
medical
let
power of
these
attorney,
people through.
who is the medical power of attorney, they
guys
will not
let
let
the
her go
people
up
through.
and see her mom and talk to her. They're literally holding her against her will
They're holding
over the fake COVID garbage, medical kidnap. They will not let Gail Meyer needs to be released. Legacy Salmon Creek, call them right now, please. She needs to be released. This is absolutely insane. Gail needs to be released. This is insane. My gosh, all these police can go up and talk to her, but her own daughter can't, who's her power of attorney, can't go and make sure she's okay because of not having a stupid negative COVID test. She was admitted for a UTI. She doesn't have any symptoms of being sick. But the sheriff can go up there with a mask on, and Satin went up there last night with the mask on to be with her mother and was fine. And the sheriff can go up there now, but all of a sudden, now the daughter can't because we don't have a negative COVID test. She lives with her, oh my goodness, I'm so over all of this garbage. Guys, we need more people here. Vancouver, Salmon Creek. You need to get, Satin, you need to get loud and let them know. She needs discharge. Discharge my mom now.
Okay.
Tell the police. You need to go up and talk to your mom.
Okay.
Angry. Letting them know.
Hold on. Dr. Scott, hold on.
So Satin still has her primary doctor on the phone.
So here's the deal. I will try and facilitate that since I was the one who went up to those. I need you to do something for me.
Yeah.
This is an issue.
What is?
Having people block doors to a hospital is
No doors are blocked. 5 people just walked in and got admitted. And no,
Block the doors. I've had on
No,
video this
we're
entire
not-
time.
yeah.
We haven't blocked anybody.
No.
It's not. It hasn't been busy. We haven't prohibited anyone from coming in. No.
she's
only
the power of
people
attorney.
who
She
are
needs to go be with her mom and
The only people that are being rejected are you.
I'm asking you to just
we're, she's not even in there.
I'm not in control of that. I'm really not.
So if you went and asked all of your friends to
No, we would say until we see, we're out of the way. Come look.
So
What is he talking about?
Where's the law that says she cannot go in as her mother's representative? We want to see that law.
Somebody needs to get Kelly to put her phone in her ear so I can tell her what to say so she can get Satin's mom discharged. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay. Oh, come on, let's get in and make sure they don't. Okay. See, look at this. They said people need to get out of the way. There's nobody blocking this door. Nobody blocking the door whatsoever.
Courteous. The only people that haven't been allowed.
People are being able to come and go. And we're on the left and the right. Thank you so much, Dan, for texting Gavin.
Show us the law! 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 Show us the law!
There is no law.
Show us the law! Show us the law!
Show us the law. Show us the law.
Stay in here, guys.
Isn't this insane, you guys? They can keep somebody for not testing for COVID. They can keep you if they've tested and not had a test result back for 24 hours, even if you don't need to be in the hospital, they can keep you. Then they can refuse to let your power of attorney come and get you and take you home. But they'll let, if you have if you have the gang badge, they'll let you in. But we're all here because they won't let the power of attorney go be with her mother because she doesn't have a negative COVID test. And now they're holding her against her will. She was supposed to be here one night. She was supposed to be here one night for fluids because she has a UTI. Can somebody call the doctor back we were talking to on a phone so I can talk to him, and then maybe someone else can hold this? Our doctor?
I can hold the video camera.
Yeah,
I
just
only have
somebody.
24%. I can't do that.
I hope my phone doesn't die. You can hold it. Okay, just keep it on them. Can you hold stuff in your pocket?
This is medical kidnap. You need to let her go. You guys aren't the ones to decide. This is a power of attorney she has.
I'm assuming because he doesn't have a good sheriff, he also is, so. They said that they're here to uphold law.
Her mom needs a power of attorney. That's why she has a power of attorney. She doesn't get to make her own decisions because of her state.
Yeah, but if you have a special gang seal, we'll let you in here by
This is medical kidnapping. Let grandma out.
Let grandmama hug. Get out.
She has a power of attorney. She needs to be with her mom. This is not okay. You guys are supporting the criminals. She needs her power of attorney. Let her in.
Ella. Go stand in the doorway. Stand off to the side. The sheriff especially are
Let grandma go. Give her her power of attorney. You guys need to escort her power of attorney in there to be with her mom. That's why she's a power of attorney. Escort her in to be with her mother. Yes. She is a power of attorney for her mother. She needs to be with her.
Power of attorney! 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 Power of attorney!
This is medical kidnapping. The power of attorney needs to be with her mother. This is not okay. Escort her to her mother. You guys have that power. You can do that. You need to defend the people.
Escort Satin to Gail and we'll leave. All we wanted is for Satin to be with her mother. None of us would have to be here if she could just be up there speaking with the doctors, speaking with her mother. If she could be standing next to her side, we don't need to be here. But they won't let her up. Let her up and be with her mother as her power of attorney, and we leave. We don't need to be here.
Our tax dollars!
We need to speak to a hospital administrator.
We got weed. We got Augie. We got
Keep on that. We haven't asked for that. Keep on in hospital.
Where's the hospital administrator?
Oh, they don't give bad numbers, they said.
Where is the hospital administrator?
They said they're starved.
We need to identify you. I'm going to be able to identify you.
We got Courier.
Release Gail. She needs her power of attorney. This is medical kidnapping.
I'm assuming
Where's the administrator?
all we're asking is for Satin to be upstairs with her mother making.
She needs her mother. You need to escort Gail or ask Satin to her mother. She's the power of attorney.
Is the legal right. We're not asking for much. We just want Satin to be with her mother upstairs. They told her when she first admitted her that they all her mass admitted she's not been there the entire visit.
But they have the
Is she coming to tell us something today? She just came to bring her a nightgown.
Right now, Gail is inside, and her daughter, who's the power of attorney, is being locked out of the hospital because of a COVID test when she came here for a UTI. So the mother and friends called the cops to come support them, and instead they came and supported the hospital instead of the people. This is important. Yeah, just stop. They'll let you in.
What is that? Let's see if it's her. What is that?
Oh, stop.
Thank you, ma'am.
So right now, Gail is inside without her power of attorney, and they won't let the power of attorney come in because of a COVID test. And she didn't come here because of COVID. She came here because she had a UTI. Yeah, sheriffs can talk to mothers, but not the actual power of attorney. This is not okay. They've taken control as a power of attorney when that's not their job. The daughter is here to be the power of attorney, and they won't let her in. This is medical kidnapping. They were.
We have so many people in this town but yet these blue lives aren't even the sheriffs, the ones that are supposed to.
Her power of attorney is locked out of the hospital to support her and be her voice. They won't let her power of attorney in the hospital.
You put that badge on you.
The power of attorney needs to be let in the hospital. Can't you guys figure that out? Let the power of attorney inside. This is not okay. You guys can visit the mom, but not her daughter with the power of attorney? Let her in.
I want my mom, and I want to be able to see her.
Right
You can see her. Why are you standing with me? You should be standing with me as the sheriff. Enough is enough. Are you going to act like a tyrant? Is that what you're going to do? You're going to act like a tyrant? This is medical kidnapping. They're holding my mother hostage. How dare you? I am her power of attorney. I am her voice. I've got her doctor on the phone right now.
She is the power of attorney, and you need to get her in there
And they've already lied to me and told me several different stories and lies.
You cannot talk to her without her power of attorney. Don't go.
Hold on. I want to see my mother. I want my mother discharged right now.
I have a lot.
I want to see my mom.
So Dr. Ogden, or Sheriff Ogden was able to see your mother.
Yes, he was able to see her, but her own daughter.
Right there. Tell him I want to see my mom. Now, yell it.
Sheriff Ogden, I want to see my mom, please.
Right now.
It's been too long. You can't leave her alone.
Demand it, Sam. Demand it. Don't give me it. This is your right.
Do you have your phone? That's okay. There's plenty right
We called the sheriff's office. We called the sheriff's office twice, and they would not come to support us, but they came to support the hospital. They came when the hospital called, but not the people. This is medical kidnapping. Her power of attorney needs to come in now, not later.
Sheriff Ogden, I need you to come talk to me now, please. I need my mother discharged now. This is medical kidnapping. I'm her power of attorney, I'm her voice, and I want her released now. I've already got her doctor on the phone. I've got a prescription ready for her for antibiotics since Dr. Trent doesn't want to do the right thing here.
She is the power of attorney.
Nobody has even called me to question me or talk to me at all until I started calling. I'm her caregiver. My mother has memory loss. She has a brain tumor growing in her brainstem. She has memory loss.
Satin needs in. Satin needs in. Let Satin in.
There's somebody behind her too that said, all going in.
Satin needs in. She's the power of attorney. Where's the hospital administrator? This is kidnapping.
God.
What the hell are you gonna do? Come on. I didn't do a single thing.
She needs her power of attorney. That's all we want. We will leave.
So big, it's so strong.
She has a power of attorney. How dare you are keeping a power of attorney from a patient. She has a power of attorney. You cannot keep her from her
Where's
mother.
the administrator? Where's the hospital administrator?
What did you do to the kid? You had the power of attorney. You have to let her in.
Salary.
You elevated that. She has a right to go in and see her mother.
You were supposed to be talking to me.
She has a power of attorney. You need to let her in.
Satin has a right to be with her mom.
This is illegal.
We will go away if you let Gail out. Let her out.
One way or another. You will be held accountable.
You put your hand up to a woman's throat for wanting her mother or power of attorney?
Because she has a right to come and see her mother that you are holding hostage. Are you sick in the head? This is why people don't trust police and hospitals. This is why we don't trust you guys. Because you violate your oath. Every day you violate your oath. She is being held in a prisoner. Give her back her mother. She wants to leave. The patient wants to leave. Her power of attorney is trying to take her home. You're breaking the law.
She has... Her power of attorney needs to be with her mom. They can't keep her from her. She needs her power of attorney. She needs her power of attorney. They're kidnapping her. And you're...
Grandma back! Give the grandma back! Give the grandma back! Give the grandma back! Don't steal the grandma, please! This is a public building! We are the public! We want in!
You've lived on our money. How much PPP money is Legacy taken?
Her power of attorney needs to be with her.
The daughter
This
needs
is
to see the
legal.
mom.
This is legal. We want to support this woman.
You see, holy crap.
We're driving into a public building and you use pepper spray on us!
This is how they serve the people.
So they tried to, Satin tried to go in. She is the power of attorney. Her mother was admitted last night for a UTI. They will not let Satin back in to now see her because the mother has not taken a COVID test. Satin tried to get in to see her mother and they just grabbed her by the throat and threw her back. Then they maced Patrick and the rest of us at the front door. This is absolute bullshit, America, because they say that the mother who is here for a UTI at 74 years old and needs to be released to go home cannot leave because she won't take a COVID test. America, is this the country you want for your children? Then one of the nurses tells Satin, no, we actually tested her. We won't have results back for 24 hours. That's why she's now being quarantined. She's not even here for any flu-like symptoms. She's here because she had a UTI last night. This is at Legacy Salmon Creek in Vancouver, Washington, where the police just maced us, grabbed people by their necks. A mother, the woman who has the power of attorney over the patient, they won't even let her in to do a well check on her. They won't let her in to talk to her at all. And instead they mace us like a bunch of freaking cowards. Because that's all they are, is cowards. This is insane. Oh my gosh, it's so strong.
You're the reason you have no pay for your salary.
Bunch of cowards! Bunch of blue ISIS! This guy right here.
So much
This
easier
guy
if
right
you would
here.
just help defend us.
Right there.
Came here peacefully to
The one
begin
right
with.
there is the one
And
who
we're only
maced
getting
us because he's a
angry
freaking
because we're
coward.
trying to cause a scene.
Oh wait, where's his name tag now, you guys? Look, everyone else has name tags except for him. Because he's a freaking coward.
Sheriff Courier. We have Sheriff.
What's your badge number?
Ogden.
What's your badge number?
This sheriff right here won't even give
That badge who maced us.
ID or his name on his badge. They said that their star was a badge. They don't have to give
That
a badge
this terrorist here who freaking maced us took his name tag off.
This is Mace.
Mace.
They maced.
Yeah, it's still on my face because he's a coward. It takes his name tag off. Yeah, we live in this town, buddy. Don't think that you can hide from the public. You're a coward. You're an absolute coward.
Take your badge off because you're not using it properly. Take it off. You don't deserve to be wearing that badge. You don't deserve my tax dollars. You got that?
This is disgusting. You guys are disgusting. She has power of attorney. What would you do if it was your mother?
Yeah, what would you
Just release the patient.
That's all they're asking.
They would just do what they were told.
Release the patient so we can all go home. Release the patient. You are holding her like a freaking hostage. What's your badge number? What, you took off your name tag? Why? What's his name right there? What's his badge number? After macing us and grabbing a woman by the neck? Who is a power of attorney and is trying to get in to see her daughter, her mother? Yeah, what's your name? What's your badge number? You're not going to tell us? No, nobody's going to speak up? Oh, no, you're going to hide behind your mask and laugh? How dare you sit there and laugh at us? You guys are a complete disgusting embarrassment to this country.
I wonder what your children would think about you.
Release Gail Meyer now. She wants to go home. Release her. You're going to pepper spray us? Release the patient. This is disgusting. She wants to go home. You don't get to talk to patients without their power of attorney. She has a brain tumor. She needs her power of attorney, which is her daughter. You guys are disgusting. Every one of you are absolutely disgusting. Can't even look at them anymore. That's so sick. My freaking face burns from stupid mace. Bunch of freaking psychotic.
He got sprayed and he's been coughing up.
Oh, it's horrible. It's burning the whole side of my face.
We need like 100 more people.
Yeah, just turn that on. Just let it go. This is so sick. I cannot freaking believe those cops. Because Satin tried to come in on her own, they mace us, grab her by the throat and throw her out of the hospital room and mace us. She's the power of attorney. She has a right to be in there with her mother. This is absolutely disgusting. This is so sick, America. This is Legacy Salmon Creek. All the police, sheriffs from Clark County that are here, the same psychopaths that probably killed Kevin Peterson Jr. not very long ago because they're a bunch of freaking sociopaths. The same cops that we called are standing in there guarding the hospital, not letting a patient leave because she won't take a freaking COVID test. This is disgusting. Shame on you guys for not protecting the people. She wants to go home. It's your job. It's your job to help us.
Badge numbers, we should get license plate numbers.
They don't care. They don't care. You don't care, do you? There's no accountability whatsoever. We called you for help. We called you. We called you guys for help. We called you guys because we just got maced because a power of attorney is trying to get in to see her mother. This is crazy. Look at this, you guys. Look at this show of force. This is disgusting. You guys, holy shit. There must be 30 freaking cops over here getting out their guns. Are you guys serious? You guys, look at this. They're back here suiting up for a freaking riot. This is crazy. Because a patient wants to be released who has a UTI. This is insane. You guys should be ashamed of yourselves. You don't even ask, do you? You just do what you're told, like the Gestapo. This is crazy. A patient cannot get out of the hospital, you guys, who has a freaking UTI. This is crazy. Holy shit. There must be 30 freaking cop cars here. They've called everybody in. This is crazy because a grandma has a UTI and won't take a COVID test, they won't release her. Do you hear me? When you get in there, do what's right and get Gail released. You guys, we need everybody getting down here. They must have 30 freaking cop cars. Seriously. This is insane. This is insanity. This is my country. This is my county. This is my sheriff's department. This is crazy, you guys. They're suiting up, getting out their freaking long guns because a patient wants to go home and they won't let her go home without a COVID test. She's 74 years old. Look at this. Look at this, America. Look at this line of cops. This is freaking insane. Why don't you just get Gail released? We're here for a patient who wants to leave and her power of attorney is trying to take her. Why don't you help us? More cops are coming. They're suiting up. Guys, please get this shared everywhere. We're at Legacy Creek Hospital in Salmon Creek, Vancouver, Washington. Gail Meyer is the patient. She wants to be released. She called us. Her daughter recorded it. She said she wants to go home. She came in here with her daughter yesterday because she had a UTI. They said she should spend the night and get fluids. So she spent the night, and then her daughter came back today and they said she couldn't go in and see her because she had to wait 24 hours for a negative COVID test. And her daughter has power of attorney and said she wants her discharged, and they said no, they would not let her. And now they've literally called in all of Clark County Police Department. You guys, there is a patient here being held against her will. The power of attorney is trying to take her home and they will not let her. She was admitted for a UTI. Why don't any of you guys have name tags on? Why don't any of you guys have name tags on? There is a 74-year-old woman who just wants to go home. She was admitted last night with a UTI. A UTI. We've been talking to everybody. The power of attorney wants to take her mother home. And they won't let her go home.
You get out of the road, please. This car doesn't need you. Thank you.
Yeah, because that's what you guys are concerned about, right? As you're getting out long guns and riot gear.
Yeah, that's around the front.
Be careful. They hold patients against their will, though. Be careful in here, okay? They'll call the cops if you try to leave. Please, you guys, get people down here. I don't even know what to do. This poor woman just wants to take her mother home. She's 74 years old and was admitted for a freaking UTI last night. And now this. And now this. This is insane. This is like our entire freaking sheriff's department here because somebody wants to be released from the hospital. She has a UTI and she wants to go home and they won't let her. And that's why you were called. Do you care? They won't let the power of attorney go in and be with her 74-year-old mom. She wants to discharge her. And they said no. That doesn't matter. Where's all your guys' name tags? Why'd you all take your name tags off? Why do you have your hand on a gun? What is it? What is it? Oh, so it's a gun. It's lethal force. A lethal force gun, right? So it is a gun. Why are you holding it? We're trying to get a patient discharged. We're not crazy people. We're trying to get a mother discharged who wants to go home. Who has a UTI. Okay, she was admitted for 24 hours of fluids and antibiotics. And when her daughter came to get her, they said she won't take a COVID test. Sorry, you can't go in and see her. Are you serious? What country are we in? She doesn't have to take a test. She came in for a UTI. She didn't come in because she has any symptoms of any sickness. No, you don't care, do you? What's your badge number? What is, what? Your sergeant? No, you're actually legally required to give them your badge number. 4973. What's your badge number? 4925. Since they've all taken off all of their stupid, what is your badge number? 4930. Which one of you guys killed Kevin Peterson Jr.? Any of you? Huh? Oh, I didn't expect to hear that, did you? What's your badge number? What is your badge number? What is your badge number?
No answer.
No answer.
No
That's the
responsibility towards
Gestapo
the
right
people.
there, you guys. That's what you need to be careful of right there. Don't get any... Seriously. Look at how afraid they are of unarmed people.
What are you gonna do? You're gonna shoot me? Please kill me dead. I have a good life insurance policy. I don't want
This is
to be in this world.
crazy. Over trying to get released from the hospital.
I haven't done a single darn thing to you.
Be careful when you put your hands up. They're used to shooting. Be careful.
What are you gonna do?
This is insane.
Are you man enough to come beat me up and arrest me for not doing anything?
This is freaking crazy. This is nuts. No, we want Gail released. We want Gail released.
To go inside. That's all I want.
The power of attorney needs to go inside and we all go home. That's it. She wants to come see her mom.
Nobody could go see her because of quarantine.
Why is that so difficult?
But then
The officer
you guys
went and saw her.
her.
She checked her in last night.
Pandemic, when you be dropping dead soon?
No, you guys don't care because all you do is do what you're told.
Give me a break.
You just all do what you're told. You don't care.
You say you gotta wear 4 masks now, so you're making me sick right now. So I want you to get in your car and get 3 more masks.
This is insane, you
And
guys.
then next week when they say no, it's 5 masks. I want you to get 1 more.
This is freaking nuts. This is our county. This is Clark County Sheriff's Department.
Please think about
And you guys,
and that mask
All
you're
the
wearing
name
is not even
safety.
real.
All
They said
the name
that's
safety.
so you guys, we called them and they wouldn't
I
come.
want to talk to your boss.
Yeah, where is Sheriff Adkins? We want Sheriff Adkins out here.
Battle helmet to go
Is
and
he
arrest
here?
moms and then maybe shoot
Is Sheriff Adkins on site?
You really need to get a better mask. That's not.
Can somebody call him, please, and tell him we want him here?
yelling at us right now.
Can anybody please call Sheriff Adkins? Come on, we've grown up with him our whole life. Can somebody please call him? Like, this is our hometown, you guys. I don't know what you're doing. All we're trying to do is get a 74-year-old woman who has a UTI infection released from the hospital. That's it. They haven't even let her power of attorney go up and see her. They said, no, now she's on oxygen. Why is she on oxygen? They said, it's just standard when we give somebody fluids. What are you talking about? You don't give somebody oxygen because they're on fluids. Did you do a test? They said, no, we didn't do the whatever increased heart rate test because we just assumed she needed it. She does not need oxygen. And does it matter that her primary care has been on the phone with her daughter saying, I want you to get in there and see her? And the hospital said, no, she hasn't tested negative for COVID yet. You can't go see her. Does that matter to you guys? That a medical power of attorney is being denied coming in and checking on a patient?
You got nothing else to do? Well, then
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter, you guys. This is why we stopped back in the blue. Okay, you guys, this is why we stopped. This is why we should feel lucky Culp didn't get in, because he was a cop just like them. See, we're all being trained. We're learning. It took us a few, decades longer than the left, but we're figuring it out, that you guys just do what you're told. You're not here for us. You're not here to defend and protect us.
Now, what if Sheriff Atkins said, oh, there's a little girl, she went in the hospital, has to be arrested now, she doesn't have a mask, didn't bow down.
Stupid. Satin was wearing a mask last night. She was with her mother till 4 in the morning. She was with her mother till 4 in the morning. She left, I'll be back to see you tomorrow, Mom. Comes back today and they say, oh, I'm sorry, she won't test for COVID. She's on quarantine now. Would that not make you guys elevate things to this level? If you left your mom, bye Mom, I'll see you in a couple hours. They said fluids for 24 hours and you can go home. She comes back and they go, oh, sorry, she wouldn't take a COVID test, so she's quarantined. Excuse me? Why is she being quarantined? She has no symptoms of any illness. We're supposed to just go home and just trust her care to a bunch of strangers? She has a brain tumor.
Your wife or your kids when you go home, you're going to say, I kept
This is
bad guys
disgusting,
from
you
retrieving
guys.
your grandma and
This
making
guy is
sure she was
psychotic.
okay.
This guy looks like he wants to kill somebody. He might be who killed Kevin Peterson for all we know. Look at this crap. Look at this crap. This is freaking psychotic, you guys. Look what's going on, America. As you beg for more police and more military, look at this. Look, you guys, I called them tonight for help and they wouldn't come. They wouldn't come. They said no. The sergeant said we're not going to respond to any calls for help regarding that woman. But then look what happens when the hospital calls. They come in full force. Why? Because that's who they're protecting, the money. They don't care about the civilians' taxes. They care about all their government funding. That's all. Salmon Creek, Vancouver, Washington. We need more people here. Satin needs to get in to see her mom. Satin needs to get in to see her mom. She's her medical power of attorney. She lives with her. She is quarantine? This is insane. Did you guys hear her say, okay, it's back on. I need Gail to say again she wants to go home. Hang on.
They should discharge you because as your caregiver, right, and as your power of attorney, I'm your voice, remember? So I'm just reminding you because
They're confusing her. But hold on, Gail, do you want to come home? Yeah. You do. Okay. All right.
Okay.
Let's take the phone over to the police.
let me take
over here. The police officer that you were talking to before, I think, is over here. Oh, you guys, there's like 50 cops over here, but stay there. But like,
yeah, know what's happening.
Trina, they were getting riot gear on. No, I'm not kidding you. The whole side is nothing but cops. Because of 20 mothers, yeah, because of 20 freaking Washington. Clark County Sheriff's Department, start calling them off the hook, you guys. Start calling their phones off the hook, telling them. Okay, you have a patient wanting to come home that they will not release who has a UTI. Can somebody go get her, please?
I'm downstairs.
This is crazy.
So, are you ready to come home? You want to be discharged now?
Where is the officer we were talking with earlier?
Someone that we can speak to that can release her, please?
Well, if they decided they could just go bring her out right now.
They absolutely could. A patient is trying to leave who's in here for fluids and a UTI. Where is the officer that we were working with, that you were talking with earlier?
He's in the
Well, one of them can radio to him and let him know, because he... Officer Ogden. Ogden, can you call the sheriff, Officer Ogden? He had talked...
or whatever his name is.
Og something, OD.
Do you guys not know?
Can you guys radio? And you guys, he's Clark County Sheriff, or Clark County Deputy. We have a patient wanting to be released, you guys.
Wants to be released.
This is such a big medical lawsuit. It's insane.
It is.
And every single officer here is going to be included in it if she doesn't get released tonight.
I'm trying to get them to release you, and they're not. They're not listening. They're not doing it, Mom.
This is.
Yeah.
But we're not going to give up, Gail. We won't give up. We'll stay out here till you get released. This is crazy.
Go home and get the tents.
I don't know.
There's a nice cover.
I can't believe this. You guys, this is... So they're saying because she doesn't have a negative COVID test, her power of attorney can't go in and see her. And now they won't release her, even though she's only here for fluids because she had a stupid UTI, her first UTI in her life. But do you think any of these officers care? No. Let's just keep fattening their pockets. Let's make sure, you guys, that they have more equipment under Trump, right? We all push for that, right? Better equipment was what we said. We want them all heavily equipped to protect us, is what we said. You all are teaching us how freaking stupid we were, is what you're teaching us right now. Like, we were so stupid. Look at that fancy non-lethal gun that he's got. Look at all this gear. Aren't we so glad in Clark County that we said, no, we want all of our officers heavily armed. Look at the vehicles. This is what we did, guys. Medical tyranny is happening right now.
Why is there no representation for us? Why is it only the hospital?
We called you guys. Repeatedly called. And you know what I was told by the sergeant? That they said, we've told dispatch not to send anybody. We're not getting involved. We said, a patient wants to go home. We need a deputy to come. We called you guys. And then, you know, when you responded, when the hospital called because we wouldn't leave. That's when you guys showed up. What about a patient who wants to leave? Does that not matter to you? You don't care. You're just doing your job. You're just doing your job, right? Like all the troops, you guys, who showed up to Washington State to block us from entering the special session. They're all just doing their stupid jobs. This is why we need to defund the police, you guys. Look at all this extra budget. Look at this budget we have, you guys. This is why we need to defund the police. This is why we need to defund the sheriff's department. Like, seriously, look what they're doing. Look at all this money we're spending. Oh, honey, you're so dressed for the wrong protest, but it's cute. Look, you guys, they think they're at a different type of protest, so they have helmets on. Isn't that cute? Oh, this is freaking insane, you guys. Look at all this money. Budget cut. Budget cut. Vote to heavily arm the police to protect us in the military. Lesson learned. Don't vote for more money, guys. This is what it gets used for extra gear. Because if you try to leave the hospital and you won't take a COVID test, this is what your money will get you. It'll get you maced in the face and a bunch of stone cold Gestapo agents who will not help. Where is our representation? Where is our representation, America? Do we have any here? No, we have nobody. Do we have legislators?
What's the sheriff you guys serve under here?
Do we have Vicky Kraft? Where's Adkins? Why isn't Sheriff Adkins here?
Does Sheriff Atkins
Where's
serve?
Vicky
We
Kraft?
need to
Where's
pass
all
out
our
flyers
legislators?
Next sheriff.
Yeah, run, because that's what happens. As soon as you run, you become a part of the swamp, so don't even waste your time.
Pass out flyers and exactly all the time.
This is disgusting.
Did you see the line of cars that
Yeah, this is why we need budget cuts. You guys are proving this point. I have 721 live viewers right now, all agreeing that Clark County needs budget cuts. If you stand at a door and you demand to have your mother released from the hospital because she wants to come home, this is what happens. And this young punk, oh my gosh, this guy needs to be stripped of his badge.
The only crime is what's happening inside of the hospital, where they're holding her hostage against her will.
This is disgusting.
Against her will.
Yeah, where's Sheriff Adkins? Where's all our buddies? Where's Alex Schoening? Where's all of our friends that are cops? None of them come through, right? They get to hide behind their masks, take off their name tags. This is disgusting. We're not leaving without Gail, you guys. We're gonna be out here, and we're gonna be her voice. Be a hostage. She doesn't have to take a stupid COVID test in order to be released. Is there any way you can release the patient?
They're working something out so that they can get us together.
Okay.
And to get
You're gonna get her out of there. You're gonna get her clothes on
She
and
just said that she wants to come home.
okay.
Okay, so I'll if we can just kind of back up for a minute, let you guys.
Get to the lobby, I can actually see you.
She's on the phone. She's okay, we'll stand to the side. We don't need to leave the We are standing back. Why don't they take you in there and let you go and do what you need to do to get with your mom and get her ready to go?
So Mom, I could hold on a second, okay?
She's got to be so
I
confused.
miss you, and I really want to be with you, Mom, and I really want you to come home. And
Her mom's getting confused. She has a brain tumor. She came in last night for a UTI, and Satin was with her till.
I'm not gonna work tomorrow. I'm home with you. Yeah.
Satin's mom has a brain tumor. Was admitted here last night because she has a UTI.
No.
Oh my gosh, you guys! They have a whole thing of handcuffs out. Are you freaking kidding me? That dude right there has 6 freaking zip tie handcuffs in his hands.
Does anybody have a charger?
This is how confused she is. So she's clearly not able to make decisions on her own. You know?
Stand.
Just so that there's an understanding.
You just open the door and talk to us.
I know. Good land of living. What are we gonna do? We're not armed up like you are.
God says fear not. They should have fear of us.
We're all armed up. They're gonna go from there with my mom. This is, you know, we can get together and love each other.
This is so stupid.
We're playing this game.
Isn't this insane? It's all a show of force. This is America now, you guys. It's just all about force. So this woman,
There's power in that.
yes. So the So Satin's mom was admitted last night with a UTI. She has a brain tumor, so she's always disoriented. Satin came back today after being with her most of the night here. Satin came back today and they said because her mom would not take a COVID test, she had to be quarantined for 24 hours. Then one nurse told her that they did COVID test her and the results won't be back for 24 hours, so she can't see her mom. So she didn't know what the heck was going on. Her mom wants to be discharged. She was admitted for a UTI and fluids. She's been on fluids for over 24 hours. She's ready to come home. Her primary care doctor has been on the phone with Satin saying that there's no reason for her to be here anymore. Her prescriptions have all been filled out of the hospital. She does not need to be in here just to sleep in the hospital. And instead of them releasing her, they sent, I'm not kidding you guys, the whole freaking Clark County Sheriff's Department here. Instead of just releasing her like she wanted, they locked down the hospital. They've emptied the emergency room.
Please make sure that you talk to your kids about tricky people. These are tricky people.
These are tricky people.
These are tricky people.
They look like the heroes. This is not for safety at all. No, they protect the establishment. They protect the medical establishment is all they're doing right now.
Serve and protect. Serve and protect. Serve and protect.
They're supposed to serve and protect. All that gear and all these non-lethal force guns that they're holding, we equipped them with those, you guys. We equipped them with those. Do you see that? We paid for those. And now they're being used against us because a woman wants to be released from the hospital. This is freaking insane. This is insane. Thank you guys. Thank you everybody for showing up. Do you want to stand in there? It's a lot warmer. They've put the mace away for now. I think we took the brunt of it. Okay. Well, the patient has been on the phone with her mom saying out loud, I want to go home. And they will not let her go home. And her doctor called her UTI prescription in already, her primary care, and said she needs to be released. Why? She doesn't need to stay again at the hospital.
Put that out.
Oh, good. Okay, good. I can't see it right now, but. So we should go back down here and make sure Patrick's okay. Are they still? It's freaking nuts. Let me see if it'll. They're scrambling with my. Can you guys not scramble our signals, please? Doggone it. Okay, back on. They're obviously sending out all their.
Yeah, what if 20 armed men showed up and released the ground? What would you do for them all? No second thought.
Is Sheriff Adkins not coming? Is he here? Is he here? Can anybody answer that? Is your supervisor here? Is your sheriff here? What do you it's okay to talk to us. We pay your salary. It's okay to answer. Is Sheriff Adkins here? I'm asking you a question that I need answered. Is Sheriff Adkins here? I'm not going to go call 911 or 311 to ask the question. You can't answer that though?
It's confidential information. You have to be part of the mass club.
This is freaking nuts, you guys.
Yeah, how is this problem solved?
Gail's on the phone right now over and over saying, I want to go home. I don't want to stay here. And her doctor called in her UTI prescription to the store and her doctor said she doesn't need to be there. Why are they not releasing her?
Why doesn't her doctor come and grab her?
Because they told him because he doesn't have any jurisdiction at the hospital. So they won't release her. And they're saying nobody can go in to see her because she hasn't passed a negative COVID test. Satin was with her till 4 a.m. and nobody talked about a COVID test. This is freaking nuts.
Once Satin goes home, secret police will talk.
You guys think we're ever gonna trust you guys again? You guys think we're ever gonna trust you guys again? When you guys come around now, and I grew up with law enforcement in my family, I grab my kids closer and I tell them, you guys stand back. Stand back, because we don't know what they're gonna do. They might think we moved funny and they might shoot. So just stand back, stay away from them, don't look at them, don't talk to them, keep your hands in clear sight. They will kill you. This is how we are now advising our children.
If we don't fight these people, they'll be fucking coming after our children for 500 years, guaranteed. They're fucking fancy helmet there.
I know.
As if you're-
I told her she was dressed up for the wrong party.
Yeah, go and have a conversation how you're gonna go in there and get that patient out. That's what you guys should be having.
Is there any way somebody could tell us if Sheriff Adkins has been called or if he'll come? We would. Could he know that he's being requested? No, nobody can answer. We have no representation here. It's great. It's awesome. Oh, what do we got? Some City of Vancouver too here. So they called in City of Vancouver police. One's like fully masked up.
What they're thinking is we don't care.
Holy
We don't care what you're
crap.
saying. We're just here to
This is
mace
freaking.
you if
That
you
dude
get
right
out
there in the
line.
middle has got mental problems right there. Be careful of him, you guys. He looks like he wants to shoot somebody. He's
You walk within
arrogant.
4 feet of him, he puts his hand on his gun.
Yep, he's really trigger happy. I wouldn't be surprised if he is who shot Kevin Peterson Jr. Wouldn't shock me, but who knows?
Didn't you guys feel better if you're all armed too?
No, we couldn't be armed. They would be in fear for their safety if we were armed. Only we can be in fear for our safety.
From the public, so this is public property, so we can open carry.
No, what do you think this is, America? This is China. You can't open carry because they get nervous if people are equally armed. So we have to be enslaved and maced in the face, and we just stand here and stare at them. God bless America. Only the law-abiding citizens get maced in the face and can't do anything about it, right? Yeah, then you get charged with assault.
Even though it's illegal, it's
And then we get charged with assault.
any kind of pepper spray or berry spray.
It's insane. So we got, looks like we got City of Vancouver here now as well as Clark County. Whole facility is surrounded in cops. We have a patient on the phone. Patient on the phone saying, "I want to go home." She was admitted last night for a UTI, and because she does not have a negative COVID test, they will not release her.
How the heck are we
And the
criminals?
daughter is the power of attorney, and
does
instead
this make
of
sense to you
releasing her, they called in
I don't understand.
this.
What goes through your head?
This is freaking nuts.
You
Like,
must
look
have
at this, you
gone to
guys.
public school.
Look at this.
Hired by the government.
Oh, more mace. Look, he's got more mace in his hands. Man, I'd say I should have brought my mace, but it doesn't matter because we can't protect ourselves against them. They can do whatever they want to us, and we can't do anything, or they lock us up in jails. So again, entire hospital surrounded by cops, and this is why we need budget cuts. Budget cuts. It goes all the way down around the corner, guys. Because a patient wants to be released. A patient wants to be released. That's it. A patient wants to be released. Do you guys know why you're here? Like, did you hear the story? So, yeah, because I'm going to push through 25 cops. So, a 74-year-old woman got admitted last night with her and her daughter because she had a UTI. Okay? So, she was a little dizzy. She gets admitted. They say, should she spend the night so she can get fluids? The daughter's the power of attorney because the mom has a brain tumor. The daughter's like, yeah, let's get her fluids and keep her here overnight. So the daughter stays with her till 4 in the morning, no problems, leaves, drops her daughter off today at my house and says, I'm gonna go back and be with mom. Comes to be with mom and they say, oh, she doesn't have a negative COVID test. You can't come in, she's quarantined. The daughter's like, what are you talking about? She's quarantined. She's here for a UTI. And last night in writing, they said they weren't gonna test her and that it was fine. She's not here on any flu-like symptoms. So the mom is on the phone with the daughter right now saying, I want to go home. And the primary care doctor has called in the rest of the UTI prescription to the store. The primary care doctor from the clinic has said, why is she spending another night in the hospital? This is ridiculous. She doesn't need a test for COVID. It's a UTI. And instead of them releasing her because she won't test, all of you guys got called. Does that make any sense? I mean, isn't it like a patient got brought here on her own will and wants to leave, and she's being told she can't leave? Okay, guys, so again, we have no representation, and when we speak to them, they don't even respond. We can't get Sheriff Adkins here. We're completely surrounded by cops. We have a patient, 74, and her primary care, her primary care and her I've said it so many times, you guys, I can't even remember anymore. Her, they're like nervous too, you guys, so you have to be careful. So this is what I'm teaching my kids. This isn't like the old day where Sheriff Songer was here and cops were like protecting and serving. They're really trigger happy, and so if you move the wrong way, they're analyzing you, they're looking at you, they're trying to figure out if you're armed. And meanwhile, they're like armed to the hilt, fully safe, fully protected, and we're the ones who are making them nervous. Like, this is crazy. Like, don't you think the public's a little nervous right now? Wow, 1,000 viewers. Thanks, guys, for hopping on. And thank you, guys. I'm glad I know more people are coming down here, but we really need to know that Gail can get with her power of attorney. Her medical power of attorney is all we want. They actually sent, I'll flip this around. They actually sent one of the officers up to talk to Gail and ask her questions without her medical power of attorney. And Gail is a brain tumor, so she's all confused, saying she doesn't know why she's here and she wants to go home. And the officer will not take the daughter up there to be with her mom because she hasn't had a negative COVID test. Okay, why can the sheriff go up there and he isn't gonna drop dead from the possibilities of COVID, but the power of attorney can't be there? And why is the sheriff talking to her anyway without her representation present? Why is a 74-year-old woman alone in a hospital room when her doctor's on the phone saying she needs to be released, her power of attorney wants her released, she's saying she wants to be released, and instead of them releasing her, they literally call in the entire Clark County Sheriff's Department. This is crazy. There's even one person here with a helmet. I told her she was showing up to the wrong party. They've all got their mace and their helmets. So earlier we got maced because the daughter, when another patient went in, the daughter tried to go in. The daughter, alone, to a swarm of cops, she's trying to throw herself in the middle of them to say, I want to see my mom, I'm power of attorney. And they grab her by the throat, it was all being videoed, throw her out, and then mace us in the face. Like, this is crazy. This is why we need to do budget cuts, guys. It's not working for us, okay? It's not working to build these guys up with all this gear and these budgets. We were told it was to keep us safe, but we were wrong. And now, sucks to be us, because try reducing the size of your police force once you've done this. It's not gonna work easily. So we need everybody voting, reducing budgets, reducing any of their militarized equipment that we were trying to get them, before, because that sounded like the right thing to do because we all want to be safe. Yeah, we need to switch up the game. I think the left learned something a few decades before the right. I think we all got played, you guys, is what I think. Because we called these guys, that's the other thing. So we call 311 and we ask for a deputy to come and be present as like a civil standby while the daughter is trying to fill out discharge papers. And the dispatch tells me the sergeant said we're not responding to your call. And I'm like, well, we're just asking for one deputy to come and be present. Why? How can you not respond to that call? A patient's being held against her will. And they said, no, I'm sorry, the sergeant said we can't respond. So like an hour goes by, we're all standing out front, and I call again, and I said, you guys, we really want somebody to be here. We would feel better. Listen to how stupid we are, you guys. This was a couple hours ago. We would feel better if there was a deputy here because we don't feel like we're getting any representation right now. And they said, oh, we are actually on our way because the hospital called. So they responded for the hospital and not for the taxpayers. Like, you guys, I mean, come on. We're all feeling pretty stupid right now. I gotta admit, like, we got played. We got played hard. Back the blue. They're here to protect and serve. We got played. You can admit it. We got heavily played. Look, they're everywhere, you guys. Because a patient wants to get discharged. Look, they don't like that I'm moving around, so they're getting nervous and having to move. Oh my gosh, you guys. You guys have mental problems. Major watch, uh-oh. I was gonna walk up and I thought they're gonna get nervous and shoot, so I'm gonna not go. I stopped because of that very thing. I said, oh, I'm not walking up behind four.
I'm just asking. I appreciate it. You mind stepping over there?
I am gonna go around that way. I started to walk up this way and then I stopped to narrate for a minute and say, you guys don't ever walk up behind four cops because you'll probably get shot. So, and you wouldn't? Thank you. Yeah, I'll move over there. This is insane, you guys. Like, check this out. Like, look at the intensity. Like, camera. Oh my gosh, this mom of 4 kids raises goats. Just got my garden in today, and look what we're standing up against right now to get Gail released from the hospital. Like, seriously, you guys, this is. I mean, we saw it at the Capitol a couple weeks ago, but we were like, well, that was crazy Inslee, that, you know. And now look. Now here it is. Like, nervous cops, no representation will do anything, but if you walk anywhere near them, they're like way nervous. It's really sad. Don't you guys think it'd be easier just to get Gail released? You have a patient in there saying, I want to go home, who has a UTI, and they won't release her. Her doctor's on the phone saying he wants her released, and they won't release her because she hasn't taken a COVID test. She got admitted for a UTI. Why does she have to take a COVID test? Oh, the laws. See, they want to talk about law and order when they think it suits them, but a patient is here saying, I want to go home. Where's the law saying if a patient says, get me out of here, I'm standing up and walking out right now, and we call you guys for help, and you come here to protect the hospital? What an amazing display of force the world is seeing right now. Like, nervousness, like, and they all protect each other, right? Like, oh, then we get assault charges. That's what happens if the people try to protect their people when their people are getting attacked. But with them, it's completely acceptable. Sorry, I don't care if there's trolls on there, you guys. I'm just, yeah. Watch. Oh, yep, I was gonna say watch, he's gonna move towards me, and he is. Oh my gosh. This is nuts. 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 I don't know how many more ways I could say this. We're surrounded by Clark County Sheriff's Department, and they've called in City of Vancouver Police as far as the eye can see because a patient wants to be released, and they will not release a patient because she has not taken a COVID test and she was admitted for a freaking TI. You guys, if you guys are at home right now watching this, could you guys hop on and start sharing the phone number here to the hospital? Legacy Salmon Creek in Vancouver, Washington. These phones need to be ringing off the hook to release Gail Meyer. Gail Meyer is 74 years old and wants to go home. And she was admitted for UTI because she hasn't taken a COVID test. They will not let her go home. Her daughter is here, who is power of attorney. Her doctor has been on the phone saying she needs to be released, and they will not release her. And they've called every cop in the area. So if you guys could call Legacy Salmon Creek, any phone number that you guys can find, and then also call dispatch or whoever you need to with Clark County Sheriff's Department, because Sheriff Adkins really needs to be here dealing with his gang of criminals that are here keeping Gail in the hospital, and they're also keeping her power of attorney. Oh, Matt just got here from Klickitat. We got more people coming in from Klickitat, from other counties. So if you could also call Clark County Sheriff's Department and ask to speak to Sheriff Adkins. Sheriff Adkins should be here dealing with his cronies, his little gang of criminals. And Sheriff Adkins should be making sure that she's also the licensed caregiver. Who brought her here? Who called them yesterday saying, my mom is seeming weak and I think she might need some fluids and some tests. And that's when they discovered she had a UTI. So Clark County Sheriff's Department, hey, they're releasing her?
Yep.
But we have to
They're
stand
signing
up here.
Amen.
Where's your wife?
She's on her way.
And listen, they follow the law. They have to follow the law. This is her.
So this is my understanding, you guys, is that they're going to release her. So all it took was us being grabbed by the throat and maced.
Finally, they made a decision they could have made easily 3 hours.
I'll request that everybody wait outside.
So, what's the next step, so everybody?
So they're negotiating on the phone there.
Yep, mom's coming, so everybody outside.
They're releasing her, Satin?
Yeah, they're releasing.
You should go right by the door. You should go by the door. people.
Okay.
All right, you guys. They've agreed to let Gail go. The people have the power. When we unite, we have the power. Thank you guys, everybody who's come here.
No.
They're gonna bring you down.
Are you sure? Okay, they're gonna.
Oh, are you guys sure? I hope so. We trust the Lord, that's right.
Why don't they just let her?
This is crazy, you guys. We got 1,010 live viewers.
You should stay in there.
They were getting all tacked out over there in their freaking riot gear. Helmets and pulling all their non-lethal force, long guns out. Like, no, your husband's not. He's over here. This is your America, guys. If you guys don't push back, this is what. All right, let's not block that, you guys. Let's scoot left or right. Hey, left or right, out, away from the doors. Bullies with badges. That's exactly right. That's what they are, is bullies with badges. Bullies with badges. Oh, my hands are numb. Bullies with badges. Legacy Salmon to Salmon Creek. You should stay with your dad, Justin. He'll blink wrong and they'll arrest him. That was crazy. Oh, I'm shaking. So our understanding is they're supposedly bringing Gail down to release her. Look at them, psychos. The sheriffs are all freaking out. What's your name? Who are you? Who are you? Oh, the helmet and riot crew came inside. That's funny. She must have been getting cold outside. More people showing up. Well, there were a few more call to actions put out.
What are they worried about if they just release her?
No, if they release her, that's fine. Once they release her, we go. Once they release her, we go, because there's more people coming. They need to do it fast, because more people are coming. Is that the cop you're talking to? Tell him next time to do it a little sooner. So she's talking to the officer that's in there. We'll stand back, but we're not leaving Sat until she walks out of here. We love you, Satin. We love Gail. Now they can't get the door back open, look. Bunch of cowards. Cops are just cowards nowadays. That's why they have to wear all that stuff. We just stand out here with our phones. They mace us in the face and grab us in the throat. So we're here at Legacy, guys. Our understanding is that they are going to release the patient. There was a 74-year-old patient they wouldn't release because she wouldn't take a COVID test. And they were gonna quarantine her, even though she was only supposed to be here for a night because of a UTI. And then they blocked her caregiver, which is her daughter right there. They blocked her caregiver from coming to be with her. She has a brain tumor and can't be left alone. And I talked to Gail I'll turn this around. I talked to Gail at 4 o'clock in the morning last night, and Gail told me that she did not want to take a COVID test, and that that they told her she just needed fluids, and so she was willing to stay, but she said over and over that she did not want to have to take a COVID test, and that she just wanted to stay long enough to get some fluid kind of cold, and then go home. And so today when we learned they were quarantining her, one nurse said that they tested her and we couldn't see her until the test results came back in 24 hours. And then another nurse said, no, you can't see her because she won't take the test. So in the end, we didn't really know what. They're getting ready to release her. So again to everybody watching, like, this is what you did. So we all remember now to vote to reduce the budget of Clark County Sheriff's Department. That's what we're gonna vote for, is a reduction of budget. Definitely a big old cut.
Sheriff is an incompetent.
And Sheriff Adkins didn't show up like he could have and talked to the people and dealt with this. We had no representation here, you guys. Everybody we have that is staring us down is heavily armed. That was our representation. Is this really the country you guys want to leave for your kids? When people can get locked, when people can get held against their will in a hospital, and this level of force comes, you guys should be looking at this saying, holy crap, this could be my kids next. This could be my daughter who's pregnant, who might want to go home early. What am I doing? What am I participating in? Every one of you should have come when we called you the first time hours ago. And some of you should have been standing with us, not standing in this line and guarding the door, but with us. There was no problems until Satin tried to walk in and one of you guys grabbed her by the neck and threw her out. That was the first show of force, was from you guys. You guys should have been standing in that room with us saying, we want to know why Gail isn't being released. We'd like to ask some questions. We're the police. We're supposed to keep people safe. And none of you guys did that. You all stood here for the establishment. And we won't forget that. So just remember, because we live in your backyard, we won't forget that. So I hope when you guys go to bed tonight, you feel ashamed of yourselves for what you did today.
What happens